Welcome back to this channel. Today we invite you to join us on a gripping exploration of true crime. In this video, we delve into the harrowing world of female sex predators, uncovering 7 shocking and deeply disturbing cases. Prepare yourself for an unsettling journey as we shine light on the often overlooked truth that women too can commit unspeakable acts of sexual assault. Teresa Goddard. Teresa Goddard, a cunning predator who desired an incest family, advertised on the internet for a man to have children with her in exchange for sex. A 51-year-old father of 2 children, ages 9 and 10, responded to her ad. A potential contract was discussed over Skype and email. Goddard expressed interest in becoming his children's pervy stepmom through emails and video chats. She received what she deserved because she was discovered forcing and seducing 2 minors into criminal sexual activity when she came at the airport to see her lover. The man was an undercover Homeland Security officer. She received a 10-year prison term. Joyce McKinney. In the late 1970s, the story of Joyce McKinney, a former Miss Wyoming, sent shockwaves through the United Kingdom and ultimately led to her incarceration. Her tale is one of a peculiar and troubling sexual obsession, involving a chilling kidnapping at gunpoint and the subsequent chaining of her victim to a bed for a period of 3 days, during which she subjected him to forced sexual acts. Astonishingly, McKinney's fixation on her victim persisted for years as she continued to stalk him long after the incident took place. At the age of 25, McKinney had a brief affair with Kirk Anderson, a 19-year-old whom she had met during a theater class at Brigham Young University, BYU. Although their relationship was short-lived, Anderson's strong religious beliefs left him burdened with guilt. Seeking guidance, he turned to his bishop, who advised him to travel to England in an attempt to find solace and distance himself from the situation. However, McKinney was unwilling to let go of her young love interest. Determined to locate Anderson, McKinney enlisted the services of a private investigator. Armed with a fake gun and a bottle of chloroform, she embarked on a mission to find her young lover. Accompanying her on this ill-fated journey was Keith May, a friend whose loyalty, or perhaps questionable judgment, led him to join McKinney in her misguided pursuit. Upon arriving in England, McKinney rented a cottage in Devon, where her plan took a distressing turn. Entrusting May with the gun, she instructed him to retrieve her beloved Anderson. The situation had escalated to a highly alarming level, and the consequences were about to unfold in a truly shocking manner. In a surprising twist, Anderson managed to escape this ordeal by making a promise to marry McKinney. Upon his assurance, she released him from captivity. McKinney later claimed that her actions were driven by belief that she was liberating Anderson from the influence of the Mormon Church. However, after Anderson returned to Utah to resume his work within the church, McKinney's relentless pursuit of him led to her arrest on charges of stalking. Now in her 60s, McKinney is not engaged in any other relationships and continues to exhibit a fixation on Anderson. Jill Dudley. After her first husband, John Lewis, died in a vehicle accident 3 weeks after she gave birth to their twins, Alex and Marcus, Jill Dudley, a distant relative of Clement Attlee, began to descend into depravity. Jack prioritized his children with Jill over the twins, whom he viewed as servants, being a severe father who did not care for the twins.
Your relationship with your stepfather was difficult?
Yeah, he was quite, he was a very difficult man. He was a very strict man, very Victorian sort of upbringing. You stood up when he walked in the room, you called him sir, you shook his hand, you only went into his quarters of the house when you were invited, and you did what you were told.
Jill started assaulting the boys sexually when they were little and occasionally left them with her male friends who also raped them. Both brothers recalled their family's poverty and how they would gulp down food at the other people's homes because they were so hungry. Sex toys and offensive pictures of young boys were discovered in her drawer after she passed away. Gemma Barker. Gemma Barker, 19, conned people she claimed to love by using 3 aliases. She met 2 females in person before starting a sexual relationship with them in 2009 while posing as a man on Facebook. Gemma continued to utilize sex toys even after the sessions became physical so that no one realized their partner was a woman. One of the girls eventually discovered Gemma online dating a woman she knew while using a different alias. When Gemma was arrested, the whole scam was exposed. The judge sentenced Gemma to 2.5 years in prison for sexual assault and criticized her for being manipulative and dishonest. After the incident, both victims sought rape counseling. Sarah Hopkins. Sarah Hopkins, a 35-year-old woman, stands accused of committing a deeply disturbing act of sexual assault against an 11-year-old boy who happened to be the son of her neighbor and close friend. Over the course of 8 months, Hopkins allegedly engaged in a series of predatory actions, including taking the boy on long walks, exposing him to pornographic material, and initiating sexual encounters at her apartment. The shocking truth of Hopkins's actions came to light when the young victim bravely confided in his mother about the harrowing ordeal he had endured. Subsequently, Hopkins was apprehended and faced charges related to her heinous crimes. In court, she pleaded guilty to 3 counts of rape and 2 counts of sodomy, acknowledging the severity of her actions. In light of her guilty plea, the court handed down a significant sentence of 12 years in prison.
Well, according to the sheriff's office, the abuse ended 2 weeks ago when Hopkins moved out of that Northeast Salem apartment complex. She's being held on $1 million bail now. The case now goes to her grand jury.
Acknowledging the gravity of the offenses committed and the need for appropriate punishment. During the investigation, there were suspicions that Hopkins may have assaulted other children as well, but concrete evidence to support these allegations was not found. Courtney Reschke. Courtney Reschke is suspected of using Facebook and text messages to entice at least 8 young boys who are all close friends of her son to her house so she could get them intoxicated and engage in what were later referred to as sex parties with them. Reschke initially entered a not guilty plea to all of the accusations brought against her, which included 2 counts of child abuse, 7 misdemeanor counts of giving alcohol to minors, and 11 felony counts of sexual conduct with a juvenile. Although she is only 3 years from being eligible for release, she is now serving up to 20 years in prison.
A young mother of 2 busted when cops are tipped off mommy's having wild sex romps with 5 of her little boy's friends. At this hour, police confirm there were multiple underage sex incidents in the family's suburban home. Oh, mommy.
Ashley Jessup. The story of Ashley Jessup is horrifying and disgusting. Jessup's partner, with whom she exchanged explicit emails and photos, asked her to perform sexual acts on her 10-month-old child and record it. She obeyed, giving the infant oral sex and fondling his genitalia. When her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend discovered the video on his computer, Jessup's PC was confiscated. The partner received a 3 to 20-year prison term after being found guilty of using a computer in a sexually abusive manner. Jessup was found guilty of 2 counts of raping a kid under the age of 13, 1 offense of endangering children, and 1 count of promoting sexually explicit material to minors. She received a life sentence with a 15-year parole period.
Ashley Jessup is charged with raping a child under the age of 13. In fact, police believe she raped her infant son.
Applause in the courtroom when a judge set a $1 million bond for a mother accused of sexually abusing her own baby.
The child was sent to his grandmother. We've come to the end of the video. Kindly hit the like button, and if you enjoyed this video, also click the subscribe button and remember to turn on your notification. Thanks for watching. Bye.